Okay, so today we're going to go over NFTs. Now, what the hell is an NFT? Everybody is asking this question. It's very hard to wrap your head around this concept, non-fungible token, because it's trying to sell something that's digital, but it's not, because it's got ownership to one person, but can you duplicate it? And yes and no. So there's so many unanswered questions. So we put together a super detailed guide, what an NFT is, how to create them, how to sell them, what the value of them are, how much does it cost to create them, and also what it means for creators. Now, this is a really interesting concept because it means a lot for creators because there's so many different ways these NFTs can be used. Now, NFT stands for non-fungible token. Now, this essentially means there is only one of a kind. It is an entry on the blockchain that is unique. Nothing else can be the same as this entry.
NFTs, non-fungible tokens. That's what it stands for. Unable to be duplicated, replicated, one of a kind.
Now, what that means is that whoever creates that NFT, it can always be attributed. And then whenever that NFT gets given, like sold or bought, that record will be shown on the blockchain. So you will be able to always recognize who created it and who owns it. So this is really valuable because you have so many fakes, you have so many ways that people are deceiving others when they're making purchases. Now, NFTs have a great impact on multiple industries, but the one that we're most focused on is creators. Now, the reason this is so important for creators is because the ways that you can use NFTs and what you can turn into an NFT. So NFT being art. So you can look at the CryptoPunks, and these were 10,000 little icons that were created on the Ethereum network. You could claim them for free originally.
You gonna buy a CryptoPunk?
If I could afford one,
Yeah,
sure,
CryptoPunks are expensive.
Yeah, they're very expensive. Yeah, maybe I would buy it. I don't know.
The market decides what the value of an NFT is. So as more people want this one thing that exists, the higher the value is and the higher the price of that NFT will be on the marketplace that they're selling them. So now the most recent CryptoPunk, I think, was sold for $45,000. So you can see how these can be very, very lucrative if you invest in the correct NFTs, if you create and tokenize the right things into an NFT. Now, a few other ways creators can use this is, for example, Calvin Harris created a NFT around some of his assets and auctioned those off so that he was saying that, okay, these are the originals, these are the only people you can own that. Now, I know everybody is saying, hey, but you can just duplicate an image, you can duplicate a song, you can listen to a song. What's the value of being the owner, or what's the value of turning that into an NFT? Now, you can go and buy a book, for example, but on Amazon for $10 or whatever. But let's say, it was The Art of War or something. You can buy that very easily, very cheaply online. But then look at the first edition. You can't go and buy that because that is unique and there's no other first editions made. That's going to be way more expensive and way more valuable than a copy of The Art of War. So think of it like that. Another way that you can use NFTs is to create memberships or to create kind of sweepstakes. So people buy NFTs to get access to something. People buy NFTs to go into the draw of winning something or getting awarded something. Now, this is massive in the crypto space as they do all sorts of things with ICOs and all these different sweepstakes that they run and all these different tokens they give out. NFTs are a way to show ownership of maybe like a lottery ticket, for example. So that's another way you can use NFTs. A great way that I really like for creators is the ability to create NFTs and then get a commission on all of the future sales.
This idea of the flexible contract, where every time one of these NFTs is sold, a portion of the resale value goes back to the original artist or creator.
So think of this as like a pair of sneakers, say Adidas sellers, or let's say Jordans. So Jordan makes 10,000 sneakers and attaches an NFT to each one. Now in store, the store value of that sneaker is probably like maybe $200. Now over the years, as we've seen with other Jordan sneakers, the value of those increase because the market demands those versions or those specific types of sneakers that were maybe done in a limited production run. So now every time a Jordan gets sold to a new buyer, maybe for the first time they might buy it for $600 when the original price was $200, then maybe $5,000, then $10,000, etc., etc. every single time that sale happens, a percentage of that transaction of the new sale goes back to the original creator of that NFT or that token. So this is a great way for original creators to get paid for the creations that they make. You know, digital art, the most recent one by Beeple sold for
the Christie's auction for digital artist Beeple. The final bid, $69 million.
Oh my gosh.
As of 6 months ago, Beeple had yet to sell any work.
Beeple has never sold anything for more than $100 before this sale. Granted, he did put a lot of work into building the audience, building the hype, creating the anticipation, and putting together the artwork. But just the fact that he was able to sell a digital piece of artwork for that amount of money was crazy. The other thing was, this was one of the first times an art auction house actually listed a digital art piece. So the way that these NFTs are going to change in the multiple different industries it has an impact on will be very interesting. So go and check out this article. There is so much in there. You're going to learn so much about how to create them, how to sell them. Everything is pretty much done from a marketplace perspective. So you create the NFT, then you list it in your marketplace, then you can buy or trade all those NFTs. And then we go into what the value of these NFTs will be in different industries and also different impacts that it will have on creators, because this is really a great step forward for people who are creating content or creating assets and wanting to, you know, get the value paid back instead of ripped off. So definitely dive into this guide. It's got so much information there, so much value. It's going to be way better explained than this video, so jump in there.